Jamie Carragher said Chelsea need to stop signing players. He also said players need to stop wanting to go to Chelsea. But when you see an offer, 7 years deal, £120,000, who says no to free money? Akitayo, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Okpe. Good evening, Agbatoni, and good evening to the listeners. When you have to consider the fact that Chelsea currently has 42 players in their books with 191 years of contracts. 191 years.
Hey. Combined.
191 years. That's 2 centuries put together for a football club that wants to win something. And they still have players that still want to leave and players that still want to come. I don't really think that people are coming in based on pedigree. I think people are just coming in based on just wanting to stay in London, to me, because there's really no reason for a young player. I cannot have a junior brother and he tells me and there's an offer, regardless of how juicy that offer might be, and I'll tell my junior brother to go to Chelsea. Currently,
you don't like money in your family?
It's not about money. It's about the growth. When you consider the fact that these guys are just mainly in their 21, 22, 23 at their developmental stage where they need to play week in, week out so as to gain that experience. Come on, it's sometimes you just have to put money behind and just go for some. Who says if they go to another team they cannot excel under 2 to 3 years and not have a bigger, more juicier contract for them? So come on, Chelsea fans, I'm sorry, but like I said, like I called them yesterday, 𝐴 they care. Let's see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly drop this disclaimer. Whatever you hear from my 2 analysts, just like I would always drop disclaimer for my guest, it is their opinion. If they call it 𝐴, I don't know what it means. I don't even understand Yoruba.
You are the driver of the show now. Have you forgotten?
Who's driving? He's wheelbarrow and pushing. I'm just here. No, I'm not. Which pilot? Akitayo, do you also subscribe to Jamie Carragher's opinion that players need to stop going to Chelsea?
This is what I just said.
The team is so congested. Agbatomi.
You know, I saw a meme on Twitter this afternoon where the guy posted a picture of London buses that has about 3 decades and said that this is meant to be Chelsea's team bus when they're arriving for match days. You understand? But to be honest, Chelsea, I really don't know what exactly they're doing. They are looking at bringing. In fact, I think the deal has been confirmed, just that it's not yet been announced yet. Looking at bringing Jᴏ into that squad as well. And don't even forget as well that they've also taken out the likes of Chalobah, taking out the likes of Gallagher, taking out the likes of Sterling as well out of the team. You know, in order to try to frustrate them, and so they could find their future elsewhere. But then Chelsea, considering the fact that their first game was against Manchester City, you want to say they had a good game. Is of course, I think the manager, just like we talked about, is a developmental manager, wants to develop with the team. You know, I saw the way he wants to play. He wants to play from the back, and I think he's trying to
play from the back. Yeah, they've conceded 19 goals in just 7 games from preseason into the opening match.
We'll get to see Chelsea playing from the back throughout the season. You can trust that. That's very true. Because against Chelsea, not even against Chelsea, throughout their preseason games, I remember almost all their goals came from being
We're due for our first break. We're due for our first break. We'll be right back. Once we're done with this one, we'll come in and we'll reconnect with our guest.
Data usage, you fit also go your setting, make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps where you know they use to save your data when you know they use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message they come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators, wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don't come again oh. This one with your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta. I don't dey kampe. Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from ⴑ marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
Looking for ways to save your data? It starts with your apps. Deleting unused apps helps, but there is more. Most apps have data saver modes. Activate them to control data usage. You can also go to settings to turn off auto updates. Lastly, close unused apps to save data when you ain't using your apps. These changes can make a big difference. For more information, visit your mobile operator's website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for more helpful tips. Stay connected and enjoy smarter data usage. This message is brought to you by the Association of Telecom Operators and Nigerian Communications Commission.
Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don come again oh. This one wey your body hot so, you don do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta. I don dey kampe. Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from ⴑ marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
You dey find ways to save your data. You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps wey you no dey use, but other things go still dey. Some apps get data saver modes, make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting, make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps wey you no dey use to save your data when you no dey use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message they come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome back. We have a guest today. We're going to continue our series of conversation around the preparation of the 20 MPFL teams that would be competing next season. Remember, we started last week with Mighty Jets. We moved over to Plateau United. We had the director of media from Plateau United, from Eyimba, from Aqua United. All of them have been our guests on the show last week. Today, I have with me on the show via phone the media officer of Nasarawa United Football Club of Lafia, Eche Amos, is live with us on the show. He's also the head of all the 20 MPFL teams media officers. Of course, the Media Officers Forum is the head of the Media Officers Forum and is the media officer of Nasarawa United. Good evening, Mr. Amos. Good to have you join us live in the city of Lagos.
Good evening, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and of course, I have my boys here with me. There's Agbatomi, there's Akintayo, there's Sheon, and of course, there's Pelumi. You're live on the radio, so let's get straight up into the conversation. From now till about 6:29, let us know where Nasarawa United is at the moment in terms of the planning. Life in the NNL must be very difficult last season, and once again, big congratulations to you for coming back to the elite level of football in Nigeria. But before we even talk about going forward, can you tell us what life was in the NNL, and now that you're back in the Premier League, in the Premier level of football, what are your expectations ahead of the new season?
Yeah, life was great in the NNL. Even though it was not savoring because that wasn't where we wanted to be initially. But life happened and football also happened. But as God Almighty will have it, it was a sweet return from the wilderness back to the elite league. So it's all good, and whatever is good, it's all good.
Straight up. So you're back to the elite level. What is the state of the club at the moment? Maybe you want to lead us into some preparations, the level of expectations. I mean, I understand when you say life in the NLL is great. I've covered NLL matches for so many years, and I understand if the word great is relative. I understand. What is the priority of Nasarawa United this season going forward?
Well, I know you must have been following the activities of Nasarawa United for a very long time, especially in the MPFL. You never knew us in the second division. We are one of the best playing brands in this country's football, especially club football. Secondly, we have a track record of producing some of the best in terms of even the highest goal scorer, best defenders, best goalkeeper. All these individual awards we are equally there. We are major contenders when it comes to the league. So coming back to the league, you know, when you are beaten once by a snake, you learn some bitter lessons from them. It's not a place for us to be, the NNL. The right place for us to be is the MPFL. A child who has tested life in Lagos, you cannot take him to the village other than Lagos. The child will fall asleep. No matter what, you should know that no matter how dull a child is, but the child grew up or maybe grows up in Lagos, going to another environment,
is a struggle.
You know that he will struggle to acclimatize and to adapt. So we have enjoyed and acclimatized ourselves to the MPFL lifestyle. So coming back to the lower division, it's something that is not even bargainable. So at the end of the day, we have our own way of doing things. Now we are into the Premier League. We want to remain there and go higher because it's a mandate from the governor. It's also a part of the tradition of the team that we should do things that will make us go higher and even better. So the governor has given a mandate that the team must perform very well, must be major contenders in the league, to try as much as possible to win the league. We have a lot of great players in our team currently. Any moment from now, should be disclosing their identity because the unveiling will take place any moment from now. So we are battle ready. We want to play in the continent again. We have played in the continent twice. We have played in the continent twice. Thank you. We have played in the continent twice, and we know what it means. It feels like to play there again. So we want to go back to the continent because we enjoy it. Now the teams that are playing in the CAF competitions now, I know what they are getting. That's why we know the publicity they are getting. We know the opportunities that are available to the players and even the club itself. So why should we be missing such opportunities? We cannot be missing such opportunities as a match of us. We should be working towards getting to that place. It's not a difficult call. It's a task that is achievable. For a team to be in the Premier League, we must be ready for life in the Premier League.
Thank you very much. Well, last year, Usman Adams was brought in as manager, and I understand how difficult it could be sometimes for managers to navigate the murky waters of Nigerian football. Are there targets set for you from the state government or individually from the manager down to the players? And what has been the transition for the players? I understand that you were able to retain a lot of your players even in the NNL, and that's a lot of credit to you. Sometimes when clubs relegate, some of their key players always leave. I understand that you were able to keep a lot of your players. Now that they are back, what had been the progress in terms of how they would readjust to life in the MPFL as against what they had last season in the NNL?
Yeah, Coach Usman Adams is an experienced coach. He's not new to Nigerian football. A child born and brought up in Nigeria should not say life is difficult. Sometimes you go to heaven, you don't need to don't need to stand before the judgment because you have experienced a lot in Nigeria. The Nigerian life has conditioned us to live and accept whatsoever happens, and we continue like that. The Nigerian League is so interesting that everybody is a stakeholder, including you over there. You are a stakeholder. You have a whole lot of roles. We just had a seminar in Makurdi, and people came to the facilitators, the organizers, actualize and realize and stated categorically the role of the media in promoting the Nigerian brand. So, for us as a team, Coach Usman Adams has done a lot. Yes, to qualify the team to the Premier League, you could imagine the pressure he was under. And again, you asked about the target. Nobody embarks on a mission without a target. Yeah, for anywhere you want to go to. Today, you want to go to your office, you have a car, you know the amount of fuel to take you to your office, to take you back home. If you know what you have in your car will not be enough to take you as a return, you don't maneuver anyhow. You just go to the office, you park your vehicle. So we are a team on a mission. And the governor is the governor on a mission. The mission is very simple. What is the mandate of the club? Number one, to bring out the best in the youth of this country, particularly in natural systems. Secondly, win laurels. Thirdly, generate revenue. Fourth, make sure you become a brand. So the state is still the image and identity of the state and the people. So by the time you hear the name Nasarawa United, you should be aware of what we're talking about. We're talking about the culture, the people, the pillars of the people of Nasarawa State. Over 24 ethnic nationalities and people from all walks of life. Know that football does not respect demography to a large extent. So people come from different parts of this country to come and enjoy life in Nasarawa State, to ensure that the dream is actualized. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, but the essence of the whole thing is to make sure that that goal, that mandate given by the government is attained. And they are working towards that miraculous, working very hardly to ensure that everything is actualized. I can tell you for free today that the life we are living in Nasarawa United is a life of target. If you don't achieve that target, you're out of that. So this has put everybody on his toes. From supporters, from if we check, we dissolved the supporters club management because it's a new one, because life is going to be different in the Premier League. So we have to bring people that can meet up with the standard and fit of the MPFL challenge. Yes. So we also talk about the management. The management too was dissolved. A new one will be constituted any moment from now. The coaching staff, some players were brought in, some were retained. So because we need a blend of both the existing, that's established players and the new one as well. I can tell you for free, we have a luxury of experienced, energetic, determined, focused players on ground. The technical crew too was also reshuffled. So any moment from now, we should be having some new names in the technical bench to ensure that the mandate of the club is achieved.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amos. I've been privileged to watch games at the Lafia Township Stadium. Beautiful, facility, by the way. And now that you mentioned the fans, what is your message to the fans ahead of next season? I know that the fans of Nasarawa United are very demanding. They are always wanting the best from their side. So sometimes they could be a bit, restless when results are not going their ways. What message are you sending to the fans ahead of the new season?
The message has always been very simple. Believe in your team, and you will see the result. Patience plays a vital role in the attainment of success. No country was built in a day. No great man came overboard overnight. You have to be patient. But patience too should be rewarding. Because you cannot promise people you want to give them heaven on earth. Then you are not even setting foundation that will make them believe that heaven is attainable. Are you getting it now? So already the assurances we have been given to the fans are: number one, the patience; number two, continue your support to the team; number three, eschew any act that is capable of putting the team into disrepute and affecting the success and the progress of the Nigerian League. Remember, if a fan or the fans misbehave, we could be banned from that beautiful setting.
Exactly.
And playing away from our home can
without
be very
your
demanding.
fans can be stressful.
Without your fans can be stressful. Look at the cost. That was what made us. That was one of the major reasons.
That was one of the reasons why you relegated. Yes.
So now we have the stadium before us. You don't know what it feels like to stay in your own house and pick your food until you stay in a neighbor's house. After 2 days, they will tell you the couch is sinking down. You don't need to sit there again. You are overeating. By the time you say good morning, neighbor, they will tell you what is good about the neighbor. They will ask you. So You don't know the benefits of what you have until you lose it. Let us protect our franchise. Let us protect what we have, our identity, our own trade, and see how we can promote it, make it a brand, a responsible brand, a brand that can generate revenue, that can represent our true identity and our culture, and that can also match the mandate and mantra of His Excellency Engineer Abdullahi Irsᴜ, who is doing wonderfully well in the sports sector in natural state. I think there is no rewarding response to His Excellency than to give a result, positive results for that matter.
I like that line. There's nothing else to, push it up than to give them a decent result. So, talking about that result, what is the target of Nasarawa United? I remember when we spoke to the media manager of Enyimba. He said they want to win the league, they want to finish at the top level. Do you also have the same plans, or it is basically about survival for you?
If it is about survival, we would have remained in the NNL. We have come closer, very, very close to winning the league. In 2021, we were almost winning the league until the last day of the league season. In 2016, we were playing in the final. In 2021, we were playing in the final of the FA Cup. We lost to Bayelsa United via penalty shootout. And any game you lose via penalty shootout cannot be said that you will say you lose or you lost gallantly, something like that. Then in 2016, against defunct FC Ifeanyiuba in Lagos at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, we also lost via penalty shootout to Ifeanyiuba. So you can imagine the length and extent we have gone, the poise and the hunger for success and excellence, and to stamp our authority. When the name Nasarawa United is mentioned, people begin to shiver because we have a standard and we are not willing to compromise the standard, except and unless we are destined to, by fate, to be victims of circumstances or thereabouts. But I can tell you for free, if we are not contending for the league, then why are we there? We're contending for the league title, and there is no need to be there. We don't want to be there to make up the numbers.
Thank you.
We want to be there to win the league.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amos, the media officer of Nasarawa United. And let me send a big shout out to my friend and brother, Chinedu Ohoanachom. He's been my friend all the way from Jos, and I know that big things will be happening together with Nasarawa United ahead of the new season.
Sorry, it's one of the legends in the league.
One of the legends in the league. Chinedu Ohoanachom has been here for so many years.
The media should be helping him because he needs to be recognized. He needs to be recognized, yes.
He's a cool guy. He's been my friend for like 7-8 years now, and I've monitored his progress. A big shout out to you, Chinedu Ohoanachom. I wish you success ahead of the new season. Thank you so much, Mr. Amos, for being my guest on the show today. We appreciate you.
Truly appreciate.
Have a very good evening. We'll keep in touch with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now I say I used to be the life of the party. Now the energy inside of me is drained. If I die tonight, all
right, quick one there, very brief, straight to the point. I like his confidence. I've been privileged to watch the City Miners, that's what they call Nasarawa United, play a couple of times, and I tell you for a fact that their fans are extremely restless. If you score first in Lafia, if you enter halftime, just be ready for fireworks when you come out for the second time. It's always an amazing time, and we'll continue this series tomorrow. I've been privileged to have the list of all of the media officers, so we don't need to go and be running after them and look for them. We have all of them now. So tomorrow we're going to be staying in the Southwest. The media officer of Sunshine Stars Football Club of Accra will join us on Wednesday, and on Thursday is going to be the chairman of Shooting Stars Sporting Club of Ibadan, up shooting. Let's quickly listen to Bed Baba. We'll be right back.
Don't worry, we there for you. Our own Chaburata, we know the feeling. Oh, no, we there for you. Oh, we there for you. You see, for Bet Baba, we win money. Bet Baba, cash out today easy. Oh, Bet Baba, we get online games for you. You play all God, all I want. Yeah. We get better bonus. Money we know, no. Yeah, now Bet Baba, they are so. Cash out, no sharp. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The
sound of Lagos.
Deny you're my type, oh. Candlelight, summer vibe, oh. For you, can I be the one for life? Fly. Light up my fire, light up my fire, yo. Islamic ganja, yo. Fill me with ginger. Me with ginger, yo. Now you give me liver, yo. I'm a tosha, Koroduba. Fill me with something. I'm a tosha, Itoroba, Koroduba. Fill me with something. I'm a tosha, Koroduba. Fill me with something. I'm a tosha, Itoroba, Koroduba. Fill me with something. To give you peace of mind. When you day in a day, we could day for life. Now you be my king for life. No combination, we alright. See your body, give me your highness. You didn't bring me the my out. I make you love not the highest. Still to make me the highest. You there for me, you give me good love. You there for me, you know corny, you.
Welcome back to Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3. I've said it, one of these days I will just on the mics of these boys. You will get to hear what they say when the camera is not upon us or when the mics are not on. Well, we just had a conversation with the media manager of Nasarawa United, and they call them the City Miners, and they're back in the MPFL after surviving life in NNL. I was surprised. The media officer said life in the NNL is great. Life in the NNL is not great.
No, it's great, but it was trying to make use of irony.
No. For him to say it is great. When you were talking about him going in for the team going in to win the league, so he knows that it is great. They saw something there.
Yeah, you are being watched.
No. They saw something there, and that's why he feels like if you can survive the NNL, what is there in NPFL to win? He knows what he's saying.
He said it himself now that a child that is used to Lagos, to being in Lagos, he take him to the village.
So I understand. Yes, true. He took back the conversation.
Yeah,
Akintayo, we've had series of media managers join us, and everyone seems to speak different perspectives. I like the fact that these people are engaging us. It's basically about the minds of the club going forward, because they're supposed to be the image maker of the club. Any media manager feels like they should win all of the competitions they are going into. Aqua United was not comfortable with how they struggled last season. They want to survive. What does this say about the mindset of the managers of club football in Nigeria?
Well, before I go into that, I just remember a famous quote from a famous boxer, and he said, "Everyone has an idea until they get punched."
True.
So everyone feels that they can win something until when the season starts and they just can't keep up. So it is very nice and very relaxing to see that club sides are having their mindset in one pot, which is trying to aim, except from the one we spoke with last week that was saying, you know what, let's just test the waters and just ensure that we don't drown. But right now, like, we could see Aqua United, he spoke about how close they were in 2021, and I feel the confidence that I was speaking from was the fact that they were playing away from their fans the last time they were in the MPFL. So it feels that them coming back into the MPFL, having their fans and having their stadium back is going to be a very huge plus for them. And let's see what's going to happen this season.
Agbatomi, it's very clear that you can't exactly measure the progress that we have in the MPFL, especially on the back of the performance of the Nigerian representatives at the continental competition over the weekend. Good results,
and good money too.
Yes, good money.
Playing in like $50,000.
$50,000. It's a whole lot of money, and this is just the qualifiers. By the time you get to the money spinning stage, every goal you score, every away point, every away win, you have huge amount of money for yourself. But beyond that, how do you think the quality of our league had affected the quality of our representatives at the continent? I mean, anybody won the league 021, 022, 022, 023. And that's like how many years ago now? Over 20 years or thereabouts. And that's the only reference we're having. And we have great clubs.
A kid one day is already out of school.
Exactly. You've got Rangers that have won the league 8 times. You've got Enyimba, you've got Kano Pillars, you've got Plateau United. A lot of them have been to the continent. Even Lobby Stars during the COVID, that they had to, bring the league to an abrupt end.
Yeah.
Lobby were the representatives that went to the continent for us. But how do you think the effect of the quality of our league, how is it affecting the quality of our representatives at the continent?
According to a popular saying that I reckon with, it says
you are doing saying today.
He's a bad philosopher.
It says charity begins at home. When you put things at home in order.
Circa 2024.
This guy, when you put things at home in order, right? You definitely have the leverage to go outside, to do great things. And I feel, I felt like the rating of the MPFL last season was so good. Of course there were certain issues in the MPFL, but I think last season was one of the best seasons.
Yeah, discipline was top.
The discipline was top. Everything was top. And I think it even went as far as being evident in Remo Stars' win over AS FAR of Morocco. It is very, very huge. So one win against AS FAR of Morocco is a very huge one.
One of the biggest clubs
in Africa. Exactly. Of course, you want to say they'll be going
champions.
They'll be going to the to Morocco during the weekend. But I think that win coming to I went on Remo Stars X page and I saw the way the fans was full to the brim, talking about the gay the way the PR and everything. For me, I just feel like, and don't forget as well that this season is going to be in an increase in the price of the prize winner. Talking about the winner of the MPFL,
it's 200 million now.
Last season it was 150 million, and a lot of things improved.
And just imagine just playing at the continent, earning close to
$100,000.
You understand?
Do you know what that would do to the budget of this club?
So if even winning the league,
if we continue to do these things right, then of course it's going to be a good leverage, of pacing our, not just even our results on the African scene, of course, but even the country on the continent might be exactly that.
Just like the question you asked, and I said this during sports jams yesterday, and I said one of the major reasons why Nigerian teams have not really been prosperous at the continent is majorly because of the fact that our league are not just in session most times when our teams are playing on the continent.
Yes,
just like now.
Look at it now.
There's no rhythm. There's no continuity.
The coach of ⴑ Warriors at the post-match interview after the draw talked about the fact that they've not played competitive football since the end of the Super Six.
That's true.
If you could,
since they won the presidential Federations Cup, they've not played any competitive game.
I think it was last.
Apart from the Value Jet.
I think it was last.
Value Jet Cup.
I think it was last
Did
season.
Maiduguri, ⴑ Warriors participate? They didn't participate in the Value Jet Cup.
I think it was last season when we had I think the coach of Remo Stars when they were playing I think they just needed to win at home, and the manager was talking about the lack of reading because the MPFL was not active, and we cannot keep on having a league that is not being active and our teams are in the continent. It affects the team, and I think that one of the major reasons why our teams have not really had that big breakthrough on the continent, because our league needs to be active and had to be up and running for our players to have reading.
Exactly.
Imagine Real Madrid not playing La Liga and they just turn up on the Champions. They cannot keep on they cannot win the Champions League. It's not possible.
The competitive nature drives you into the bigger space. That's why when competitive game and a friendly game. When you look at the Northern African sides, you see that they've structured their league so well that once the continent is starting, they'll play on Wednesday.
Very true.
They go play the continent on Saturday. If the same thing with South Africa, that's why you're seeing clubs like Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs. These guys are pushing big at the continent. Orlando Pirates at the continental, but Nigeria, the continent will start when we are having preseason, and then we have a tentative date for the league to start. So your representatives are going into You are going to play against clubs that are in their mid-season, that have played 20 competitive games, and you're coming from playing friendly matches.
They have already learned their lessons. They know what went wrong during the beginning of the season.
You know, one thing that we must note was the fact that last season Rivers United went as far as reaching the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederations Cup. That was because the season was already in session and being played already. So you give these guys the chance to perform on, have that reading, just like Akintai talked about. Then we'll get to see them perform on the continental stage.
Interesting conversation. We'll keep it going, and like I said, we've done 5, so we have 15 more. And God has blessed us with all of their contacts, so it's just a punch away. They're on the show to talk to us. And hey, I think this is a big one. Big shout out to the management of Milan 98.3 FM for allowing them to go on this series, where I would just want to have every single member of the MPFL, that's the club side, speak to us on the show today. On the show, let's talk about what